We made it. So, the story is called Haunted House. I will say there is a few trigger warnings that we need to go about. We have the part that it has a bit of horror, a bit of Halloween vibes, you get the point. Slight hints of consensual non consent, slight hints of SA, sensory deprivation, bondage, no eyesight. There will be choking, there's going to be slight harming, and there's going to be bruising. Please keep in mind that this is fully fictional. None of this is real. If you want to recreate something like this, please make sure to have the knowledge. Please make sure that your partner is okay with this. Do not do any of this without consent. And this work is fiction for a reason. So, I know that was a lot of trigger warnings. I know that was a lot of things I needed to say. However, we need to get this out of the way before we can actually start. There is no names included anywhere, not for the person reading, nor for the mistress in question. So you are very welcome to imagine yourself in either of those positions. Haunted house. It's been an amazing week so far. She came to visit me a bit ago, and has been staying here for a while. Even though we're just friends, no one minds if we have a little bit of fun, right? However, tonight we wanted to go on a real date. Since it is already very close to Halloween, we decided on a haunted house. You know, it just opened in the neighborhood. Dripping with water, I stepped out of the shower, my naked body shivering from the cold breeze blowing through the room. Hey babe, done yet? With a big grin, she looked up and down. A bit of red flushed my face. Yeah, I just need to put on some clothes and makeup and we can go. She threw something at me. Here, for this. Confused, I picked it up from the floor. Is that... I started my sentence but didn't finish it when I saw red lingerie with chains hanging down in my hands. My gaze was met with a wide grin. Don't mind that they're a bit bulky and heavy. They look fucking hot. I gave her a little side eye and smiled. Sure, whatever pleases you, ma'am. This time, I was grinning at her, turning around, putting them on, sticking my butt out right in her direction. I could feel her gazing at my body, converting what she saw, the intensity of her eyes, and even though I was getting pretty shy, I just went with it. Once the panties were put on, I felt what she meant. They seemed very heavy, and I could feel the metal chains and accessories, wondering if you would hear them clanking under my skirt. As she mentioned, the crotch area did feel pretty bulky, but at this point, who actually cares? She likes the style, so I give her the style. Soon we were sitting in the car and on the way to the haunted house. Baby, I know you're scared easily and that you aren't too excited for the haunted house, but if you make it through, I'll reward you. The excitement in me was rising, and I nearly forgot how terrified I was of getting scared. Soon we arrived at the fair with the haunted house. The more I've been sitting, the more uncomfortable the panties got. Something hard had put itself in place between my lower lips. A bit annoyed by this, I got out of the car and my thoughts were already running wild, seeing all the scary decorations. So baby, are you excited yet? Fast I shook my head. You know I'm just doing this 'cause I like you, right? Her mouth escaped a quick giggle, looking me up and down with a smirk. I knew she was planning something. I could feel my anxiety rising. With every step closer towards the entrance, I got more and more nervous. First, I could feel a few drops of rain on my skin. Not that I remember seeing anything about rain in the weather forecast. Soon the fair was basically empty, and the rain got more and more heavy with every second. My black dress, with the amazing bat wings on the arms, was now clenching to my body. Shaking from the cold, we were finally able to step foot into the haunted house. Besides the people who worked there, which we really only saw one of, it was completely empty. I grabbed her hand as tight as possible, and the fear was not getting any less. Scared and wet from head to toe, we walked in. The house was built like a labyrinth out of different rooms, floors, and ways to go. I started to slightly hide behind her. On her face, still that mischievous grin I've seen since she asked me to put these panties on. I could feel something was off, but I couldn't quite place it yet. She turned her head and whispered in my ear, "So, baby." Her hot breath on my ear making me shiver. "Are you ready for real fun?" Obviously, I assumed she was talking about her scaring the shit out of me. Oh, how wrong I was. My head in a shaking motion while we walked further. Suddenly a movement. From behind, I saw something falling towards me. Screaming, I turned around in fear. Falling to the floor. A puppet raper. As I was sitting on the floor, a sudden sensation hit my lower body. I felt a vibration on my clit. The bad feeling I had, I was right. She made me put on Sextoy panties. My body overwhelmed with feeling of fear and arousal at once. I started shaking a bit. And as abrupt as the vibrations came, they disappeared again. Already got your whole body shaking? And I haven't even started yet. Slowly, I pulled myself up on her arm, still shaking. No idea what happened, but that was overwhelming. I mean, good. No. Great, but overwhelming. A slight nod from her side. And it's gonna be a lot better, baby. When I was standing again, I could feel the panties vibrating once more. A very light vibration hit my lower body. Now, not being as surprised by it, I managed to walk, still feeling the fear and sweat dripping down my neck, hiding behind her. Every step, my pulse got higher. The scares nearly brought me to tears. Not bad tears by all means. The different feelings overwhelming my body, making the vibrations stronger with every scare. Once we arrived in the fourth room, a giant flood of feelings surprised me. The room was filled with mirrors everywhere. A maze and a maze. Great. I could see myself wet in both ways, shaking and exhausted from the cold, the fear, the arousal. The mirrors had me blushing on the side of myself, and it didn't get unnoticed. Everywhere you look, you can see yourself from every angle. Isn't that a dream, baby? Imagine if I didn't even hear her finish the sentence due to my severely overstimulated clit feeling a hot tingling sensation. The vibrations weren't alone anymore, and I could feel the panties heating up. My legs finally gave in, and I was kneeling on the floor, moaning with tears streaming down my face. I could feel a presence behind me, but when I tried to open my eyes and look around, I couldn't see anyone. Suddenly, the room was empty. She was gone. Ma'am? I managed to stutter in between moans and whines. I could feel my anxiety rising more and more. The temperature difference between my thighs on the cold, hard floor and the wet, hot vibrations on my clit gave me a weird sensation. Again, I felt the presence behind me, but my body was like paralyzed. Suddenly, a hand over my mouth and a blindfold over my eyes. Who are you? I asked with panic in my voice, terrified and with a tingling feeling in my stomach. Was that excitement? No. This can't be right. In such a situation, I couldn't possibly. My thoughts were disrupted by feeling a body press against mine from behind. I couldn't make out a lot, but from what I could tell, it was a woman. You shall be my slave. A distorted voice echoed through the room. No one will find you here. Someone was using one of these voice-changing masks. God, how fucking much I hate you can get these anywhere during Halloween. My hands were roughly pulled behind my back and tied up with an itchy rope. It was slightly painful, but that only made me more excited. I tried to speak up. Ma'am, is that... Suddenly, only a wheezing escaped my throat. I could feel a pair of strong hands reaching around my neck from behind. Air was getting less and less. My body trying to reach for it, but not quite catching it. The grab got a bit lighter, and I was able to finally catch some air. My whole body shaking with the serotonin release once my lungs filled with fresh oxygen again. I could only feel the hands wandering down my body, tightly grabbing my tits and massaging roughly. Even though I should have been scared, I was wet and ready for what was about to come. Her hands wandering down further and further, reaching my thighs. A hard slap. And another one. My body getting marks. I could feel the handprints burning on my skin long after the hand was gone. And without any warning, the person was gone again. At least I couldn't hear or feel her behind my body anymore. Until my legs got spread with a fierce pressure. And short after, my panties were gone. My body got forced into the floor, a hand pushing me on my shoulder, holding me down. A presence hovering over me, until 2 fingers violently pushed into me. And I would lie if I wouldn't say I was enjoying this a little too much. My walls getting explored from the inside, getting fingered with no mercy. Already close to the edge, the rough voice appeared again. Not yet. I can see the face you're making, and if you come, I'll let you lie here until you pass out, not being able to move or scream. I was trying to hold back, every inch of my body trembling. With a whine, I noticed that the fingers had been removed. For complaining, there wasn't a lot of time, because my lower body experienced a hot tongue teasing my clit, making circles around it. More whining escaped my mouth, and suddenly, I could hear myself beg. The fear and horniness melted into one. I didn't care who it was giving me what my body so desperately desired. I just wanted to feel it more and more. A quick stop. Once again, I could feel a body on top of mine. This time, I could feel legs on either side of my ears. Eat it! The raspy voice echoed once more through the mirrored room. Even though the blindfold... Even through the blindfold, I could see the light disappearing, and with every breath, I could feel something coming closer to my face. I moved my head towards it and had my nose buried in my attacker's private parts. With everything I had, I started to lick her entrance. I could hear her frustrated groans, and since I decided I didn't want to challenge her, it was time to enter my tongue inside. Her pussy was so much hotter and wetter than I expected. I touched every side, every wall with my tongue, licking and nibbling. From her body's reaction, I could feel her enjoying this a lot as well. I started to play around, licking from her clit into her hole, back to the clit. I felt her getting more and more frustrated. Once more, with a surprise, she was gone, but not for long. My dripping pussy, still laying openly, suddenly touched hers. I could feel our juices mixing, grinding against each other. Not long until she disappeared once more. Until I felt a huge dildo inside of me. From the way it was moving, I could tell it was double-sided. Moaning, I tried to move. It hit my G-spot perfectly. Once she sat moaning on top of it, it nearly kicked me out of my body. I was feeling too good. The dildo was hitting that spot perfectly. And from her moans and her movement, getting faster and faster, hitting it more and more, I could tell she was close too. And with one big last thrust, we came together and I passed out. When I woke up, I was in the arms of my mistress carrying me out. All I could hear before passing out again was the ticket girl from the entrance. Thank you for the show, but, just for the record, we do have cameras in every room. And everything went back to black.